1044 here at WILK. You can join us online during the week, thejohnmendolashow.com. Follow us on Twitter, Instagram, Facebook. Well, we continue the conversation. Scranton Prep Boys Lacrosse. Mark Kozlowski, the head coach, is with us. Mark, let's talk about Tucker Johnson. Talk about his skill set and what he brings to this year's team as one of the captains.
Yeah, I have no problem going out on a limb and saying Tucker Johnson is one of the best long stick middies in the state. Every day he shows up. He's a proven leader. Nobody gets this team more fired up than Tucker, whether it's in practice, whether it's in games. He brings not just the leadership, but the skills to back it up. And, that's a huge part to being a captain on this program.
All right, let's welcome in Tucker Johnson here on the John Mendola Show. Tucker, one of the things that stands out for you watching you a football season is your toughness. I'm sure that carries over to the lacrosse field as well. So talk about where you think that toughness comes from.
I think it just comes from, being a middle child. I think getting beat up by my older brother definitely kind of, has built my toughness, I'd say.
And as far as being out there on the field, do you have a favorite sport between football and lacrosse, or is it whatever season it is, you love it?
Whatever season it is, I love it.
How about this team this year? Talk about what you do like about this particular team that you have, and just a couple of juniors, as I said, decent-sized senior class, some sophomores and freshmen that are filling in that roster as well. So what's the mix like?
It's kind of nice. Having a younger team, definitely a lot of teaching to be done. But other than that, I think our chemistry is very, very, very good. Yeah, that's about it.
How about as far as your lacrosse career? Talk about when you first picked up the stick, and at what point did you transition to say, okay, this is going to be the position I'm definitely going to be in, and carry that big stick?
It all started in T-ball. I just hated baseball. Sorry to hate on anyone who likes baseball, but I'm just not a fan. So I just started to pick up lacrosse, and just took off from there. Never looked back.
As far as the siblings, you mentioned your older brother Luke. Talk about your younger sister Annie and the relationship you have with her.
She's the best. My little sister's definitely hands down the best. We're super tight. Whatever she needs, I'm always there. Love her to death.
How about as far as the support you get from your mom as a role model? Talk about what she does for you.
She's definitely the toughest person I've ever met in my entire life. She's always there for me, always has my back no matter what, and she's just the best.
Let's talk about the guys around you on the field, in the midfield, the middies. Let's talk about some of those guys and what those guys are going to look like this year for prep on the field.
I'll start off with our face-off guy, Connor Jordan. He's just dominating the face-off X. And then we have our wings with Greg and Christian Graniel, who are just super fast and super good with their sticks. I think we could dominate in between the boxes with everyone we have.
When you play Del Val, always a tough foe. What is it about Delaware Valley? They're probably well-rounded. I know Jeff Kozlowski's been around for a while, has had a program, and Del Val's kind of had a history program, one of the longer programs around here in northeastern Pennsylvania. What is it about it when you play the Warriors?
It's just like a grudge match. Both teams are very physical, very fast, want to get up and down the field, score a lot of points. So whoever can keep their head and win out the game will win.
All right, Tucker, I hope you have a great season. Great to catch up with you.
All right, thank you for having me.
All right, Tucker Johnson here on the John Mendola Show. Let's get back over to Coach Mark Kozlowski. Kyle Riener is with us, Coach. So talk about Kyle as a senior and the type of leader that he is.
Yeah, another strong leader in Kyle. Kyle's coming off a big season last year, 222 saves on the season. It's an incredible number to have a goalie put up. Kyle is he's the point guy. He's the more or less the quarterback on defense. Playing goalie, it's his job to call out things when he sees them, whether it's screens or changes in the offenses that are running. He's done a great job with our long poles and our defensive middies that have been stepping up this year in sort of directing traffic and forcing some of the younger guys to play up to the level that they need to compete at the varsity level. So, he's been a huge asset to have.
All right, let's welcome in Kyle Riener here on the John Mendola Show. Kyle, let's talk about your job as a goalie. You're getting some fastballs in there, and how about that no fear factor of playing in goal?
It's definitely a different position. A good day is 60%, so you definitely have to be mentally tough because, as I said, you have to be ready to give up a lot of goals. 50, 60%. So that can take a toll on you. But once you get over that, it's really a fun position to play because there's 3 middies, 3 defensemen, 3 attack, but only 1 goalie. So if you're willing to embrace it, I mean, a lot of times the outcome of the game is either blamed or awarded to the goalie. So it's a high pressure position. So I definitely like that aspect of it. And it's in terms of the ball, I mean, at first it hurts, but as you get older, as you get more used to it, I mean, you kind of embrace the feel of getting hit with the ball because it's out of the net. So that's all I got there.
You play hockey as well, similar position or totally different?
I actually play offense in hockey, and they don't correlate a lot because obviously one's on the ice, one's on the field. But I think it has helped my vision on the clear a lot, and I kind of pride myself in my clear a little bit. So I think that's helped me a lot.
Now, I met a kid earlier this week at Coughlin. He plays offense in lacrosse, and then he plays goalie in hockey. So you're the opposite of him. So interesting just to hear that guys play in different positions when they play sports that are pretty darn tough. How about your defense in front of you? Talk about those guys that are in front of you and you have to constantly communicate with and count on as well to really have your back and make sure that you have a little higher save percentage than the average guy.
The defense has to come together. It's just not going to work. Communication's huge. Coming into the year, we graduated a lot of talent. We graduated some all-conference kids. We graduated some kids that flew under the radar. So we have a whole new look on defense this year, and there were question marks, but everybody's stepping up. Paul Reddy's doing great. Jack Clancy, who's a sophomore, just playing his first games, he's doing great. Ethan Toss was an all-conference kid for us last year. He's stepping up. Obviously, Tucker's best player in the area, so he's obviously doing well. And then even on defense, Connor winning faceoffs helps us. So I think our defense has really been stepping up.
All right, you're the youngest of a handful of kids. So talk about your siblings and how they've influenced you. I'm sure they try to cheer you on and support you the best they can.
Oh, yeah, my siblings have been great. They're older than me, so I've been able to look up to them. My brother played football at Stanford and Penn State. My other brother played football at West Point. And my sister played on the USA handball team. So I definitely come from an athletic family. So being introduced to sports at a young age has kind of helped me fall in love with games myself. And just being able to talk with them when I'm going through slumps or, just be able to talk about games with people that understand. It's really something I appreciate.
Wow, your brother's 25 now. Remember interviewing him back in the high school, and just interesting to see that. The nursing major down the road here?
I am going to be a nursing major, yes.
And talk about the school you've chose.
I'm going to play lacrosse at the University of Mount Union. It's a small school in Ohio, and when I was going through the recruiting process, one of the things I wanted to do was I didn't want to go to an already established school where I was going to have to sit the bench for 3 years guaranteed and hope to play as a senior. I wanted to go somewhere that's on the come up, and I think they're really on the brink of being something special out there. So that was one of the things I loved. I really loved the facilities. The coaching staff's great. So it was kind of a no-brainer for me.
All right. Well, great vision, and we wish you the best, Kyle. Great to catch up with you today.
Thank you.
All right. Kyle Riener here on the John Mendola Show. We're going to take another time out. We come back. A couple more guys to check out here from Scranton Prep. Let's head out now to our local State Farm insurance agent, Matt Daly. Break like a good neighbor. Matt Daly is there. We'll be back in WILK.